And we are live, ladies and gentlemen.
This is episode number 7. I said it last week that it was episode number 7. This is episode number 7. 7th episode going on to YouTube. 8th episode that we're actually doing, but we didn't post the first one on YouTube. Sorry about that confusion last week.
Yeah. Today, big day for the Jays as they kick off their season along with every other MLB team, I believe.
Yeah, we got a bunch of games on today. Seattle started their season last week, actually, in Japan when they kicked off their season.
Yep.
Everyone kind of just forgot about that game, though. I don't know how many viewers actually tuned into that because it was like early in the morning as well. But technically, the season started last week. But today is opening day, so happy opening day, everyone. Should be a hell of a season.
Yeah, it's going to be good. You want to start with Kendrys Morales?
Yeah, so we had some breaking news yesterday evening. Kendrys Morales has been dealt to the Oakland Athletics. It was a move that a lot of Jays fans wanted, in my opinion. Obviously, you guys know that Kendrys Morales had a pretty big contract, a 3-year contract that he signed a couple of years ago with the Jays. After Edwin departed, they had to bring in a guy to sort of replace him. Never really worked out for Morales in Toronto, which is, it kind of sucks for Jays fans because you would have liked to see a bit more production out of him throughout his career as a Jay. But it's a move now that they had to do because they're in a rebuilding process, and you don't want to have a guy with that big of a contract on your team. And also, he's filling up a roster spot. The Jays got a lot of roster competition this year as well, so they didn't want to have, a guy in his mid-30s, logging up another roster spot when you could have a guy like Tellez come up. In return, what was the return? It was Lopez?
The Jays sent Morales in cash, which I think was about $10 million, right?
I didn't see the exact amount.
I think it was $10 million I saw. I might be wrong. And in return, they got infielder prospect Jesus Lopez and international bonus pool space. So you don't want to explain to people what international bonus pool space is, because as of yesterday, I had no idea what that was.
I'm pretty sure the international bonus space is just money to sign guys who are like international players. So like not guys in the States, but like a guy like Vlad Guerrero. So if you want to sign a guy like Guerrero, you have the money to go after him. I think that's what they did with Guerrero, because they got him from Cuba. Yeah. So and they spent a ton of money, and the Jays, they want to get that kind of money, so that because the Jays they always like to go after those guys who are in Europe or in the Dominican, in that area to come to their team. So like I said, what they did with Gurriel and Guerrero. So I think that just gives them a bit more space, a bit more leisure room to make some bigger moves from guys who aren't in the States currently. Yeah,
so it's probably a good move for the Jays, I'd assume, is what your take is.
Yeah, I think it's a great move because they had to do it, and the alternative to that is just having a guy on the team clogging up a roster spot, and you don't want that. And also today they announced that Rowdy Tellez has been added to the 25-man roster.
Yep.
So he's actually in the starting lineup today. He'll start at DH. We'll get into the lineups and preview the Jays-Tigers game a bit more closer later on in the show.
Yeah. So what does Morales bring to the A's then? Is it... Yeah.
Right now, the A's don't have their starting first baseman. He's injured. So that was my first thought right away is he's going to come in and try and replace, I believe it's Matt Olson is the guy who's first base on Oakland. I think the A's are like, they're in the mix for sure for a wild card spot this year. But I don't know if, like, Morales isn't, like, we all know what Morales can bring to a team. Like, Morales would be the perfect guy to have on your bench to come in. And if you need a homer late in the game, you could count on him to possibly do that. Also, he's a switch hitter, so that adds something to Oakland as well, because you can have that lefty-righty matchup. It doesn't matter because he's a switch hitter. But yeah, I think primarily he's just going to be a replacement for Olsen right now. But then if he does well, he could always be DH or the only concern I have with that is Morales hasn't played much at first. And I know when the Jays first got him, they kind of wanted him to play first a bit. But then, we saw him play, and like his glove's not the greatest, right? And he's also up there in age too. So we'll see how he does. But I think the A's want to start him off at first, see how he does. And when Olsen comes back, maybe he goes to the bench or maybe he's DH.
All right. So we'll, I guess, transition from old to young. The Toronto Blue Jays have a player, the first one in MLB history to be born in the 2000 era.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, he's our age.
Yeah. Like, it's weird that as we get to this age, that actual professional athletes begin to be our age. And you have, like, it's weird. So, yeah, I figured I'd throw that tidbit in.
And he looks good, too. So we'll see what he can do. Maybe the next Osuna.
Who knows? They also, a couple other guys made the Jays, Thomas Pannone and Richard Urena.
Guerrero, I think. Guerrero,
Urena? I don't know.
Pannone's going to be in the bullpen to start, at least. And he gives them a good lefty out of the pen, in my opinion. He didn't have the greatest spring, but, like, he's still young. He's got some potential to him. And Guerrero, I think, that was kind of surprising to me. I think he was, like, a late add to the 25-man. So we'll see how he does, too. I'm just excited for the season to get going.
Yeah, I think everyone in Jays Nation. Is it Jays Nation?
I know it's Leafs Nation. I mean, yeah, sure. It's called Raps Nation, Jays Nation.
We'll go with Jays Nation. Are excited to get the season underway to tank as hard as possible. Although I did see some optimism today on Twitter. People thinking that they could be over 500.
Yeah.
But you never know. Baseball's a crazy sport.
I don't think they're going to tank, that's for sure. So don't expect that, Jays fans. I think they're going to try and be as competitive as can be. And especially when Vlad gets here, it's going to be hard to tank. So
yeah, and he's ahead of schedule right now, which is positive.
Yeah, I think he's starting a couple of rehab assignments on the weekend, so that's pretty exciting.
Okay, and maybe remind people of what his contract situation is.
So yeah, basically, they have to wait a month. So they have to wait till May for him to make his major league debut, or he will not be able to get, like, they'll have to sign him a year earlier, basically. So if he starts the year, like if he starts on opening day today, then they would lose a year of his contract. So that's why they're waiting a month in May to call him up, and then they can sign him a year later. So obviously it's a great move for the Jays franchise and long-term plans, because you want to have as much control over a young player like Guerrero. And obviously got injured. If you guys have been watching our last couple of shows, we talked about his injury a bit and how it's like a perfect situation for Jays management, so they can hold him out longer. And so I expect him to just be called up like right away in May if he's healthy. All
right. So you want to talk a bit about Steven Souza Jr., his injury?
I didn't hear too much about that.
You didn't? Okay.
No.
Well, Steven Souza Jr. Had season-ending surgery after he tore his ACL and LCL slipping at home plate, which sucks.
Yeah, yeah.
And what was the other injury thing I had?
He's on. Is he on Arizona? Steven Souza, do you know?
You're asking the wrong guy here.
Okay, I'll look it up, because I know he was on Tampa.
Yeah, he was.
And then, yeah, I actually didn't hear about that injury. I'll search that up. Oh,
really?
Right now. No, I didn't hear about it.
Oh, I knew something about baseball you didn't. Wow.
Was that recent, though?
I think it was this week.
Okay.
He probably had surgery this week. It might have happened a little while ago. And I think, was it Jackie Bradley also got hurt?
I did not hear about that either.
Maybe not Jackie Bradley. I might have the wrong guy. Some guy was coming back from a calf injury and was in doing a rehab stint and sprained his ankle.
I don't know. You're probably on that Twitter more than me, so you know a lot of information.
Yeah, I guess.
Yes, Steven Souza Jr. is on the Diamondbacks. He's out for the year. That's a big blow for Arizona, because you're thinking that they could make the playoffs as well. They're kind of underdogs heading into the season as well, but I think that they could make a playoff push.
And what do you take of this whole John Oxford situation?
I was surprised when the Jays re-signed him, but you can never have too much depth. So I mean, good for Axford. He gets another opportunity. Obviously, Canadian guy, gets another shot to play for his hometown team.
Yeah, even after getting hurt.
Yeah,
which is big. So you want to transition to NFL?
Sure, let's go.
All right. Big news this week was Gronkowski is retiring. It's kind of see that coming, I guess.
It was I wouldn't say like you saw it coming, but you definitely saw an announcement coming, like if he was going to play or if he was going to retire. I know like right after that Super Bowl win, he said like, yeah, I'm going to take my time to really think about it. Great career for Gronkowski. He's definitely going to be missed in the Patriots organization. He was a big part of their success for a long time. He announced it on Instagram that he was going to retire, and he said a lot of nice things about the Pats. And, I mean, this guy's career is not over. Like, in the NFL it is, but, well, we think. He could, you never know, he could be back, but...
He'll probably be back next year after he blows all his money partying.
I think that's what his agent might have actually said. I think his agent said he wouldn't be surprised if Gronk decided to return the following season, so you never know, but also there's some talks of him being an actor.
Actor?
Yeah, he could be in some like big Hollywood movies, and I could see that. Yeah, he could be like the next John Cena.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right, so, yeah, what else happened in the NFL? Jordy Nelson retired.
Yeah, okay, I wouldn't say I'm happy. I guess I'm kind of happy about it, but I remembered that he was on Oakland, not Green Bay. But when he was on Green Bay, I did not like him because I'm a Lions fan, if you guys didn't know. So he would always haunt the Lions, him and Aaron Rodgers. Great career for Jordy Nelson again. I was kind of surprised because he's still like decently young. And I mean he's had a great career as well. So good for him, and I wouldn't be surprised if he came back as well.
All these
NFL players, they just retire so early in their career. Like if you look at Calvin Johnson, for example, right? He retired when he was 30 years old, I believe. And it's just simply because of injuries. And, you know, his body just couldn't take it anymore. But, like, I guess that's the price you pay when you play in the NFL.
Yeah, which sucks. They got to figure that out. Stop having guys play through injury and stuff. Whatever. And finally, out of the NFL, the Raiders are mulling playing a preseason game in Saskatchewan. That would be pretty big for Saskatchewan.
Why Saskatchewan? You know?
I think they're a big football province, if I remember correctly. You know,
yeah,
with the Rough Riders and all that. So, I don't know. I guess it's just a spot they wanted to try to hit. Try to get all the football fans in Saskatchewan to become Raiders fans.
Possibly, yeah.
I don't know. I thought that was pretty big for Canada, and especially Saskatchewan. Because I can remember I went to a game, Bills, when they came to Toronto, which was mental. So yeah, what do you think? Excited?
I'd be more excited if it was in Toronto, but I mean, I guess good for Saskatchewan. I can't really comment too much on that, but like, yeah, it's big for NFL or big for football in Canada.
Yeah. So you want to train? I guess we'll go from one contact sport to another. Rugby. This will be really quick and very brave because.
Go for it.
Yeah. The founder of the Toronto Wolfpack has indicated that he wants to bring a team to Ottawa by 2020, which that would be huge for Ottawa, and it would be huge for rugby in Canada as well, right? I guess it's just huge.
Mm-hmm.
He's partnered with OSEG, which I cannot remember what that is off the top of my head. But yeah, that's pretty big. And in other news, Canada Premier League kicks off as of yesterday, exactly a month.
Wow.
Which is crazy for Canadian soccer. And speaking of Canadian soccer, MLS TFC play tomorrow night against the New York City FC. So I guess we can preview that pretty quickly.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, TFC got Alejandro Pozuelo. He's making his debut, which will be really, really big for the club. Hopefully Josie Altidore plays a full 90. We're optimistic about, or at least I'm optimistic about that. Yeah, you got any thoughts on tomorrow's game?
Just looking at the standings here, they're 2-0 to start. That's pretty good.
Yeah, they had a good start against the New England Revolution.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, the team Robert Kraft owns.
Yes, you're right.
and we'll speak a little bit about him.
Also owns another team.
He does? Oh, yeah, New England Patriots. And they beat DC United, which was another big win because they could be pretty decent this year.
Nice, yeah. Just looking at the standings, yeah, six points to start out the season, 6 goals for, 3 goals against. I guess that's pretty good. 1 win at home, 1 win on the road. Are they playing on the road or?
No, it's a home game. I'll be going to it.
You're going to it, okay.
Yeah.
You got good seats there? I know you got your season tickets. Are they good seats?
Yeah, we got pretty good seats.
Nice.
I'll probably have to take you to a game eventually.
Yeah, let's do it.
But yeah, Robert Kraft, his lawyers issued a statement. I can find it now. If you give me a second, you want to talk about that situation?
I think you'd be a better person to talk about that. I think you were more on top of it than I was about that. Do you have that on?
I'm looking it up now.
I can tee up. I mean, I could talk Jays, I could talk Leafs, but
okay. So basically, the big news out of the thing, like this issue, was that Robert Kraft, he was apologetic in what he said, which of course, and his attorney alleged that illegal police tactics were used and would cause the case against Mr. Kraft, as he says, to crumble. So that's pretty big for Kraft. He might get off scot-free if that's true. So yeah. You want to talk? What do you want to talk now?
I mean, guess we can go into hockey if you want, or we could go to tennis.
Let's touch on tennis very quickly, because there was another controversy there, and then we'll jump into hockey. We're very ahead of schedule, which is really good. It means we can have a good conversation. But yeah, in tennis, Bianca Andreescu.
Yeah.
I'm going to have an issue with that one for sure. Same with Shapovalov.
Yeah. Oh, geez, you got to press the cough, buddy. Press the cough.
I don't even know where that is on this thing.
Yeah, so she was called a drama queen.
Yeah, by Andrea Kerber, who is, I think it's Andrea Kerber.
Angelique Kerber.
Who she beat twice in a week.
Yeah, I saw that.
What do you think? Like, is that valid, or do you think that's going a little over the top?
I mean, I don't know too much about her as a tennis player, but I've heard that she's phenomenal, and like, she's 18 years old.
Yeah.
You're gonna call her a drama queen? Why? I didn't really see any context behind that, really. Like, I know you're kind of pissed off that you lost twice in the same week to her, but like, why a drama queen? I didn't see anything like in her matches that would make her a drama queen. Did you see anything?
I didn't watch it, but I heard that she'd gotten treatment a few times for a shoulder issue, which she wasn't happy about. And apparently when she was serving at the body, which is a little frowned upon.
So how does that make you a drama
tennis?
Queen?
Well, I guess the drama queen thing, because she was taking so much time to deal with the shoulder issue, which she ended up having to drop out of the tournament like 2 days later because of it.
Who is this? This is Andreescu?
Yeah.
Which tournament?
The one that's currently going on.
Oh, the Miami Open.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know she dropped out. Okay.
Yeah, I think she had to drop out halfway through one of her games.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, that's pretty big.
That's pretty harsh. But then also you saw the day after, Kerber posted something on Twitter saying congratulations to her on the win.
That was such a PR stunt.
Yeah, definitely.
I can guarantee you she didn't write that.
Because she got a lot of hate for her press conference after that loss. So she had to make up. She had to make up for it. I guess her agent or something just told her to do it. But yeah, she seemed pretty heated, and then a big change of emotion the next day.
Yeah. And then I saw this morning. I'm blanking on his name, but one of the young tennis guys, not Shapovalov, the other guy.
Raonic?
No, not Raonic.
I don't know tennis.
He's 18. I can picture him. I can't remember his name. He will become, I think, one of the youngest players ever to make the top 50 in men's tennis.
Is it Pelletier?
I think his first name might be Maxime.
It could be like Maxime Pelletier. I don't know.
ATP men's tennis. I gotta go back to see who he played. Here. Auger Aliassime. He beat Korik. 7-6, 6-2, which is a pretty big win. He'll be playing tomorrow against 7th-ranked Isner. And then we got Shapovalov is actually playing today at 3. So if you want to take a break from the baseball because the Jays are getting killed, you can turn that on. It's probably on DAZN, I assume.
They ain't getting killed. That's not happening.
We'll see. But yeah, Shapovalov, 20th ranked in the tournament, is playing. Oh, this name, Tiafoe.
Yeah, you've probably butchered every single name that you've said so far.
I guarantee you I have. So that's a pretty big game. And Federer is playing tonight. He'll be playing Anderson. Can't screw those names up. So, yeah, he'll be playing at 7 tonight if you want to catch that. And, yeah, we don't really have much Ryerson stuff to talk about anymore, do we?
There's nothing. I got something interesting. Last week, Connor and I both have classes at Maple Leaf Gardens. Last week in my class, before the game started, or before, not the game. It feels like a game every time we go there, but no, it's a class. Before class started, there was a blind hockey game going on at the MAC, and it was the most exciting thing I've ever seen. And I was so impressed about it. So I walk in there, and I just think that, because there's hockey games going on all the time at the MAC, I just thought it was a regular hockey game. And I'm like, okay, yeah, these guys are pretty good. They're and it was Canada against US too, so it's like a big game. And I was just curious to what it was, and I asked the guy beside me who seemed to be a fan or a parent or something, and he said that yeah, it's the Blind Hockey Championships, and I was just like, wait, these kids are blind? And yeah. I was like stunned. I've never seen anything like that before. They use a different kind of puck. The puck has like some bells in it, so the players can hear it. So it's basically all about like your hearing, how well you can hear where the other players on the ice are, where the puck is. Also, the goalies are like fully blind though, so they can only rely on their ears to hear where the puck is and the players are. But yeah, it was amazing. I forget who won because I had to go to class, but it was amazing. It was unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. I was lucky enough to film a bit of it. But yeah, I was just so impressed, and yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, I think Rick Mercer did something on it. Similar,
oh, yeah?
Not hockey maybe, but I'm looking it up now.
Probably like a blind other sport, you mean?
Yeah, it might have been blind soccer.
Yeah, I think I've heard. I think maybe Zarius was telling me about a bit about blind soccer too. Yeah,
they put like a bell in the ball.
Yeah,
so you can hear it when they. It's pretty cool. Rick Mercer's done a ton of stuff around Paralympic sports, etc. So
he seems like that kind of guy.
If you want to check it out, you can go to the YouTube page for the Rick Mercer report. No, this is not sponsored. I wish. Unfortunately, the show is not around, which breaks a lot of Canadians' hearts. But what can you do? So from one blind athlete to another, well, not really blind, more injured, Andrew Ladd tore his ACL.
Yeah, that was a bad transition.
That was a terrible transition, I know.
Yeah, tough one for the Islanders and Andrew Ladd done for the year, so that sucks heading into playoffs.
Better transition would have been the John Tavares shootout.
Ooh, yeah.
That would have been so much better.
Yo, imagine if that was against the Islanders yesterday.
Oh my god.
And he messed up in the shootout. Oh my god. That's like career ending right there.
That's borderline, yeah.
That's like the biggest meme. Like, oh my, that'd be crazy.
We could have done a better job.
Of what? In the shootout?
Yeah.
Oh, well, no. Okay, well, honestly, you look at it. Should we get into this now? Should we get into Leafs now?
You want to? We could. It's mostly hockey stuff. I guess we'll just mention. We can get this out of the way really quickly. We just said the Andrew Ladd injury. And the Preds clinched. That's basically all that's happened. Yeah. Hockey, Leafs, let's go.
Yeah, Leafs. So yeah, we'll get to that awful shootout, I guess. Leafs played the Flyers yesterday. They lost in the shootout, and it was just a team. Both teams are really bad defensively, like really really bad. I don't know how many turnovers each team had, but it was so bad in their own zones yesterday. Leafs got the lead to start. Connor Brown, big goal for him to start things off.
It was a pretty easy one.
Yeah.
Very similar to the Cabin and Boyle goal, if you remember that.
That's what I was thinking actually. Yeah, in the series against the Caps, and it's with that behind the back pass to Brown. That was cool.
Yeah, Ennis can't come out of the lineup anymore, can he?
I don't want him to. That's what I was saying last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good problem to have when you have too many good good players. So yeah, next goal was I didn't get to watch much of the game because I was writing an essay, editing an essay.
Attaboy.
Studying. So got to prioritize school over sports sometimes, which is unfortunate, but
this is all of our work is sports though too.
Yeah,
so
I know.
That's fine. Second goal, I don't have it in my notes, but was it Kadri? I think
yes, it was. Kadri short side, right?
Kadri short. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so the Leafs jumped out to a early 2-0 lead
for the first time starting on time.
Yeah, good for them starting on time. But back to old Leafs, they choked. 3 goals in the second. Travis Konechny sniped short side on Freddie Anderson. Anderson, it was a great shot, but you should stop that too.
Do you think Anderson's injured?
No, I just think he's tired.
You just think he's tired?
Yeah,
you think...
and I think he even said he's kind of feeling it, right? Like he said he was feeling it a lot more than he did in previous seasons when he played more games. So maybe he is a bit banged up.
I think he's banged up. I think he's hurt.
You think he's hurt or just sore?
I think he's got some sort of pulled muscle.
Maybe.
Like in his groin.
I hope not.
Yeah, sorry for cutting you off. The player we wish was a Leaf, I guess, Radko Gudas, he got the next one. I don't remember that goal at all.
Ooh, I saw it.
Was it a slap shot? I think it was a slap shot. I want to say it was a slap shot.
It probably was a slap shot. I know he nailed someone too. I think he nailed
It was definitely
Marner.
A slap shot.
He nailed Mitch Marner too.
Yeah, I heard about that.
He hit him hard.
It was a slap shot from the right point. Beat Freddie, blocker side, just above the pad.
Okay.
The score goal chart.
Then Sean Couturier gives the Flyers the lead late in the third with 5 minutes late in the second with 5 minutes to go.
Was that the horrible Riley, Hainsey, Matthews, Nylander?
Yes, that was the mishap in the defensive zone there. So the Leafs head into the third down by 1. Austin Clutch Matthews scores a big goal. Hit him with a 4. Should we talk? We should talk about John Tavares' 4-goal game too a bit.
Yeah, we should.
Matthews that was a great goal by him. 36th of the year. He gets his first shot stopped, and then he scores on Carter Hart from an impossible angle, top cheese. That was a great goal in my opinion.
Off a rebound, his own rebound.
Yeah, exactly, off the own rebound. And then the Leafs choke again, and Ryan Hartman scores.
Yeah, of course, Ryan Hartman.
So yeah, like I said at the beginning, just battle of 2 really bad defensive teams that can't hold leads. And
Philadelphia's got a good defense though.
Yeah, but they got Carter Hart, and their goaltending's been awful. That's why.
Yeah, I guess.
And their defense is their back end is good, but I don't know how good they are defensively. I know they're good.
Yeah.
Provorov,
I guess.
Provorov,
Gostisbehere, Sanheim, Gudas, 2 no names.
Like Andrew McDonald or something.
Oh yeah, he still plays.
Probably. Let me
Oof.
see.
That hurts.
Actually, he didn't play yesterday. Robert Haig.
Yeah, Robert Haig. I think he's okay.
And Philippe Myers.
Philip Myers.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're...
All right, back to the goals.
Yeah, back to the goals. We get sidetracked way too... Or I get sidetracked way too easily.
Hartman scored, and then 2 minutes later, Willie Nylander ties the game.
Finally.
Good for him. He just finds the puck in the slot, and I think it actually went through Hart. If I saw the replay again, I think it went through Hart. I don't know if he actually hit the top corner or not. But yeah, it was a great shot by Nylander. His 6th of the year.
Yep.
And
OT. OT was
good.
Weird. Do you think that goal should have counted?
Yes.
The Flyers goal?
Yes. The Leafs should have lost that game in overtime.
I agree.
It was in.
Yeah, I agree. And that would have meant they wouldn't have gone to the shootout.
Yeah.
And as of last night, they would have been the first team ever in an 82-game season to not go into the shootout since it was introduced into the NHL, which is crazy. So yeah, and then John
And the
Tavares.
shootouts, whatever.
Shootout's terrible.
Yeah. I mean, they started off with Ennis, too.
I know. Why NS?
I guess he has some good numbers or something in the shootout, but he comes down and he gets a slap shot. A
Yeah, I know.
slap shot on Carter Hart.
Why a slap shot?
I
I
think
think it's a slap shot.
Evgeny Malkin, he does slap shots sometimes in shootouts.
Okay.
I think Ennis tried to put it like between the glove and the pad or something, like where, like you said, like a couple weeks ago, the goalie can't move his glove down, like in that area.
It's a very difficult movement to get your glove hand from that upward position more to protect top corner down to get it onto your pad.
Yeah, so that's where Ennis was aiming there. And then I think Matthews had a shot, Marner had a shot. JT, I kind of want to defend him a bit because the puck did bobble on him. It wasn't a stick handling error, in my opinion. The puck kind of like turned on edge, so it's the ice. It's not the stick. It's not stick handling error, in my opinion. Sucks for him, obviously, but it's the shootout, whatever. Then Couturier with a nice move on Freddie.
Yeah, you sold him hard.
And then Nylander just couldn't bury it, and the Leafs lost. I felt good for Freddie though. I think he played well in the shootout, not so much during the actual game, but he held his ground in the shootout. He made some big saves early on. Tough one against Couturier, but
he had 40 saves on 44 shots. That's not bad. You like better. Like, of course, you'd like a win. But what you can do? He had a 909 save percentage.
Yeah, Hart had 905.
It's not terrible. It's pretty average for this year. I think he's just not being as spectacular as Leafs fans have been used to this year. So yeah, the Leafs defense is terrible, but it'll hopefully get better because Travis Dermott was practicing fully in practice, fully today with the Leafs. Entire roster, contact, everything, which is very positive. And surprisingly, Gardiner was too, just in a no-contact jersey.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Maybe Gardiner will be back for playoffs now.
Maybe. I didn't see any footage out of it.
I didn't see anything either. I'm happy that Dermott's back. We did expect him to come back pretty soon.
Yeah.
He's on the third pair right now with Marincin / Hall / Ozganov. / Rosen, too. He could be up.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll be up on Saturday. I know the Marlies do play a game in Toronto on Saturday. So I don't know if he will go to Ottawa instead for that game. Or you could wait till Monday when they play the Islanders.
That's a rough one to send him into. Although the Islanders have been struggling recently.
Yeah.
So you never know. It could be a good game to see what you got in them.
Yeah, just get him here as soon as you can, I think. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter if it's against the Islanders, but it is in New York. It will be a pretty hectic atmosphere. John Tavares coming back once again.
Yeah, it's not going to be as bad as the first game. It might be for the Islanders fans. It might be as tense because they're still fighting for the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Especially not to be in a wild card spot, because if they ended up in a wild card spot, they're going to be in trouble. But yeah, it's going to be a big game. It's going to be a big test. They got a big final 3 games. I think it's Isles.
Is it only 4 more? No, is it only 4 more?
I think there's 6 left.
Oh,
I'm forgetting 2.
Oh, okay.
But there are 3.
Oh, sorry.
There are three really tough games in Islanders, Tampa Bay, and then the Habs, who that could determine whether or not they make the playoffs on the final game of the season.
Yeah.
That's going to be a great game.
They have a big game tonight, though. Habs and Blue Jackets.
Oh, wow. That's going to be huge.
It could, wild card could be decided tonight. So
Yeah.
I think whoever wins tonight should get a wild card spot, in my opinion. Also in the West, it's also a tight race. The Avalanche are holding on to that final wild card spot right now. In the mix, we got Arizona, which is surprising to a lot of people that they're still in this race. Also surprising the Oilers, but they will not make it, in my opinion. They are
too far out.
7 points back of Colorado with 6 games left, so I don't see them making that up. You also got Minnesota, who were sellers, I guess, at the deadline.
Yeah, well, they were getting younger, is what their
Yeah.
aim was, and then that didn't work out with the Carolina trade. God, that was bad.
Yeah, that was bad.
Need a runner for Victor Rask. Eesh. That one's gonna bite him in the end.
And then you got Chicago still in the mix, but I don't see them making it either. So I think Dallas and Colorado will ultimately get those final 2 wildcard spots.
It's a 3-team race between Arizona and Minnesota and Colorado.
Yep.
I think Dallas is pretty much clinched.
I've been watching a lot of Dallas Stars lately because of fantasy. So I also made it to the finals. So
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. Clutch win.
They're about to might get a lot worse because Ben Bishop last night went down with an injury.
Right, I saw that.
Got pulled with like 7 or 10 minutes left in the second period.
Yeah.
That didn't look good out lower body. I think he's day-to-day right now.
They do have Kudobin, and he's been good. I think he's got like a .925 save percentage this year.
That's pretty good.
But yeah, obviously losing your starting goaltender is pretty bad, especially this late in the season. But from what I've took from watching the Stars play recently is that they play their big guys so much. They have that one line, Radulov, Seguin, Ben. Because their last maybe 3 or 4 home games, they've been trailing in the third period by 1 or 2 goals, and they're on for at least half of the time, maybe more than that. So yeah, they ride their big guys a lot. Unluckily, I wasn't getting the points though from Radulov and Seguin, but they picked it up this week so far, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, like I said, they're like a one-line team, and that could be pretty bad heading into playoffs. If you can shut them down, then they don't really have anyone else. They got like Roop Hintz, I think. Hintz,
Jason Spezza.
I don't even know if is he injured. He might be injured.
I can check.
I don't know if I saw him on the ice. They have like Janmark.
Oh, they got a huge game to finish the season.
Who?
Minnesota.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Or no, yeah.
Dallas is pretty much locked in though.
Yeah, basically. Let's see. Where is Spezza? No, he's playing 72 games this year.
Oh, really?
27 points, 8 goals, 19 assists.
I haven't noticed him. Maybe he's not getting the ice time.
Roman Polak, they got him.
Yeah, they got Polak, Blake Como.
Vlad Nichushkin.
Yeah, they got Nichushkin.
Mark Mathot. Ooh, has he been out all year?
Yeah, Jason Spetz has only been playing 7 minutes a night, so that's why I haven't seen him.
I've
been watching a lot of third period, so I guess they're just not giving him the ice time.
I think he's 3rd or 4th line.
Yeah.
Radik Faksa, that's a pretty decent player.
Yeah.
And John Klingberg, of course.
Miro Heiskanen's really good, really fast.
Yeah. They got a little bit of depth. They're not as bad as Colorado is in terms of depth, but
Mikko Rantanen is out for Colorado as well.
Oh, he's out?
Yeah.
When did he get hurt?
A couple of games ago. He's also on my fantasy team, which kind of sucks. Oh,
God.
Yeah, I can just talk about my fantasy team all day, though. Like, I've got such a good plan heading into this week as well. Yeah, Rantanen's out. That's a big loss for Colorado. McKinnon have been on a tear this entire season. And with them trying to make the playoffs, it sucks having your star player out. I think he's day-to-day, though. So he could be back. He didn't play yesterday. He could be back, I think, Saturday. Is their next game? It's Friday or Saturday?
I'm not sure. I'm just looking at the East compared to the West, and wow.
Yeah, there's a big difference.
The East is so much better.
There's no race in the East. There is a bit of a race, I guess.
It's a 2-horse race. It's Montreal against Columbus.
And that could be decided tonight.
And Carolina, actually. Although,
do you want to talk a bit about Carolina and what Justin Williams tweeted out?
Sure. Justin Williams said tonight will be their last Storm Surge, which for anyone not familiar with hockey is their after-game celebration where they do stuff like Duck, Duck, Goose, Duck Hunter, bowling with humans.
Fishing,
yeah. Forgot about fishing. Do that sort of stuff. Tonight will be their last one, even if they lose. And they got a tough game against Washington. So, yeah. I don't know. It's Carolina and Columbus have a game in hand on Montreal, so it's not looking great for Montreal. But whoever ends up in that second wildcard spot is going to get murdered first round.
But well, yeah, it's Tampa. So
Yeah. So it's how do you want a chance at the lottery or do you want to go out first round?
Not a very good chance at the lottery, anyways.
No, you just get a chance, right?
Yeah.
Like for Columbus, they want to make it because they went all out.
Yo,
And
throw back to that trade deadline episode when you're just like, I think they're really, really, really good.
They're 5-4-1. That's not great. They killed the Islanders last night 4-0.
Yeah, but yeah, they might not make the playoffs. So, and they don't have their first round pick. Well, I think this one's protected, right? Protected top three.
Protected.
Top three
yeah.
protected.
With Ottawa.
With Ottawa. And then they don't have their first round pick for the following year. So this organization is screwed if they don't make the playoffs. Oh God.
And they got a tough. Actually, their last 2 games are pretty easy. New York and Ottawa, which will be AHL team and AHL team against the.
This is the New York Rangers, I assume?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they also got the Island. Oh no, they don't have the Islanders. They've the Islander. No, they have Montreal tonight, which as we just mentioned, they have Nashville Saturday, Buffalo Sunday, Boston on the 2nd, which is Tuesday. On Thursday or Friday. On Friday they have the Rangers, and then Saturday they have the Sens.
Yeah, last 2 games will be huge for them.
The last 2 games are going to be massive for them.
All right, you wanna get into some Jays pregame now?
Yeah, we can get into Jays pregame.
All right, we got about 13 minutes left here on the SS podcast.
Yep.
You're listening on Spirit Live. Aiden Silfan here with Connor Somerville. We're going to talk some Jays pregame now. In about 2 hours, they kick off their season at Rogers Center against the Tigers. We got Marcus Stroman on the hill going up against Jordan Zimmerman. Should be a great pitching matchup. In my opinion, it's definitely going to come down to the pitching because both these offenses, they're below average. So it'll be coming down to how well these pitchers can do. Lineups got announced. So we're gonna
I can run through them.
Yeah, sure. We go through.
All right. So starting at third base, batting first, we have Brandon Jury, Tyler Moore's favorite player.
No, Evans.
Or Evan. It was Evan? I thought it was Tyler.
Who hates him? Yeah.
Yeah, wants to trade
Evan.
him. Oh, it was Evan.
Evan wants him out of town.
Okay, I thought it was Tyler. My bad. Sorry, Evan, and sorry, Tyler. Batting second, we got veteran Randall Grichuk.
Kind of veteran, not really. But yeah.
He's playing right field tonight. Not tonight, today. Batting third, you got Teoscar Hernandez playing left field. Another young guy. First of many. Cleanup. Fourth, we got Smoke playing first, which is, again, another returning player. One of the three. Yeah, 3 actual players who played last year. Second base, Gurriel Jr. Batting fifth. It's all right. Kevin Pillar batting sixth, playing his usual center field. Hopefully we see Superman come up big today. Seventh, DH, Rowdy Tellez, who made the roster because Kendrys Morales got shipped to Oakland. Catcher, Danny Jensen. He's batting eighth. He took over for Russell Martin, who got dealt to the LA Dodgers, along with the entire salary worth in cash. Shortstop, we got Freddie Galvez. Yes, Freddie?
Yep.
Good. Batting ninth, and then starting on the mound, Marcus Stroman, who liked one of our Instagram posts.
Yeah.
You want to mention that?
Yeah, that's big for us, I guess.
Last week. Was it last week or this weekend? This past weekend.
It was last Thursday.
Last Thursday?
So yeah, we just had a picture of him that we posted about opening day. He liked it, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Yeah, so the lineup, it is what it is. It looks okay. Drury has been leading off for most of the spring, so I'm not too surprised over that. He's not the ideal leadoff hitter, but good for him.
Is he fast?
No, he's not. He's not your ideal.
Then why is he batting leadoff and Kevin Pillar not batting leadoff?
Kevin Pillar hasn't worked out too well at the leadoff spot for a couple years now, but this is the new strategy I guess Montoya wants to develop here, so we'll see how Drury can do.
We have to mention today is Charlie Montoya's debut as an MLB manager,
Mm-hmm.
which we forgot to do. He looks pretty relaxed with some of the videos I've seen on Instagram.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And then we got Grichuk batting second. I like the bottom half of their order. I think that they can do some damage today. I think like 5 through 8 could be really good. Guerrero, I'm excited to see how he does. Rowdy Tellez was so good last year when he got called up in September. Or it might have been August. I think it was late in the season.
Yeah, it was late in the season.
Yeah, he had some crazy like 2-hit games or extra base hit games or something. Like he had a record or something. So he was good. I'm excited to see Danny Jansen and Pilar as well. I think that part of the order can get some hits. I think the top part of the order might have some trouble putting the ball in play. Teoscar Hernandez, you never know. He can swing for the fences, and same with Smoke. So they could strike out quite a bit. I'd like to see Grichuk get more hits this year and like hit for average instead of always trying to go for the long ball. Same with Jury, I guess, as well. I guess he has to kind of change his approach up a bit because he's in the leadoff spot. And then Freddie Galvis at the bottom of the order. Hopefully he can just chip in with anything. Tigers lineup is... I like the Tigers lineup too. Like Harrison to start off.
Yeah, he's new addition, isn't he?
Yeah, they got him in the offseason.
They signed him this offseason. Or did they trade for him?
I forget. I think they signed him.
Okay.
I think it was a signing. Yeah, obviously he had a great spring. He hits for average, speedy guy, good defensively. That's good. Nick Castellanos is very good as well. Cabrera is Miguel Cabrera. 4 through 9 is whatever, really. Like, I don't know too many of the guys. I've heard of Mickey Matuk. I did not know who their cleanup hitter was. I had to look him up. It's Jaime Candelario.
Yeah.
He had 19 dingers last year, but an average below 225, so that's not very good. So yeah, their top of the order is kind of scary with Castellanos and Cabrera, but the Jays should win this game. They're not going to get killed, in my opinion. If Stroman plays well, they should take the win, and ultimately, I think that they could win the series. I think they could go 3-1 here to start off the season, and yeah, I think it would be a great start to give the Jays fans some optimism heading into the rest of the year. Also, right now, I'm just checking the scores out here.
Yeah, I was just doing that too.
Yankees are up 3-0. It was Luke Vogt who hit a home run, a 3-run shot that drove in both Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton. So the Yankees are up early on the bottom-feeding Baltimore Orioles. Top of the third, 2 outs here. The Mets, they've gotten out to an early lead on the Nationals. They got a home run from Robinson Cano. Big addition in the offseason as well.
Good start for Cano.
Yeah, it's a great pitching matchup in that game as well. Max Scherzer against Jake DeGrom, 2 Cy Young candidates going head-to-head. So that's a good game as well. I might tune into that after the show.
And then we got Cardinals and Brewers. First pitch is at 2:10.
Yeah, that'll be a great game as well. Mike Mikolas going at it for the Cardinals. He had a great season last year. And both teams are, NL Central teams going head-to-head. And they'll be really good, both teams, this year, in my opinion. So it's, this series for both teams, it could be huge.
Yeah. Anything else you want to touch on? Jays-wise?
I'm just excited to get going here. I think we touched on a lot of stuff. I think we talked about injuries and stuff, right? So
yeah, I think we talked about everything.
Talked about Morales, yeah.
I guess we're going to talk about Greg Vanney confirmed that everyone is available for tomorrow, which is big news.
For TFC?
Yep. I should probably mention that because nobody follows MLS. Yeah, big games for the in the NBA for the Raptors tonight. Not the Knicks. It's other games that are going on. Tonight, there are big implications in the Magic Pistons and Nets Sixers games, because that could basically determine who finishes 7th. Josh Lindbergh said. There's just one game that separates 6th place Brooklyn, 7th place Detroit, and 8th place Orlando, with Miami and Charlotte right behind.
Wow.
So if you're looking to watch something tonight and not studying because you're not in sport media for a test we have tomorrow, feel free to tune into those games. Big implications for who the Raptors will play first round. So, yeah, anything else we need to touch on?
Did you want to talk some Avengers, or I saw you put that in the notes?
Figured if we ran out of time, we might be able to. Yeah,
We got 4 minutes left, so.
Released posters, and yeah, one of them had Loki in it, which was odd because everyone thought he was dead, but...
Well, they had a couple posters that are of, like, everyone who died.
Yeah, and Shuri was in black, and they put all of the dead, or dusted, sorry for spoilers.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, she was one of the dusted, or in dark, whatever.
Did we see her get dusted, though?
We didn't see her to get dusted, but we never saw her again.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
About the Loki thing, I remember hearing that the Russo brothers confirmed that he was definitely dead and that he will not be back, but they could always be lying. You never know.
Yeah, they've been known to be not exactly truthful in the past, so...
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at it now. All the dusted are in black and white.
Yeah.
But also, Gamora's in black as well, and she wasn't snapped.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe. Maybe we're looking too much into it.
There's also... oh, wait, never mind. He was dusted. Yeah, dusted. Jesus, I'm excited for this movie.
I think a lot of people are.
Yeah.
When does that come out again?
April 26th.
April 26th. After we'll be done at exams, I
have an
guess.
exam on that day, 3 to 5. I'm going to go to the movie right after.
What class is that for?
Politics and film.
Oh, good. So not the one I'm in. Nice.
No.
Yeah. You want to wrap it up here? We can play a little music for the last 2 minutes, get out a little bit early.
Sounds good. I
Give
think
people actually time to set up for the next show, which feel free to listen to. I'm sure it'll be good.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but yeah, tune in.
I think it's
Why
sports
not?
talk as well.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, if I remember from the schedule correctly.
All right.
So, yeah, what song you want to take us out to?
Jeez, you know what? Let's do some OK Blue Jays today.
Okay, Blue
Why
Jays?
not?
All right. You got a minute 30 of this song, and yeah.
So, yeah, it should be a good one. 3:37 first pitch. Opening day for the Jays. Hope you guys enjoy.
You got a diamond, you got 9 men.